What if I told you that budgeting isn't about restriction, it's about financial freedom? And what if I told you that even in tough economic times, you can thrive, not just survive? Most people think budgeting means giving up everything fun in life. They're wrong. The secret is knowing how to control your money before it controls you. In this video, we're diving deep into the psychology of money, busting common budgeting myths, and giving you actionable strategies to not just survive, but to absolutely crush it, no matter what the economy throws your way. Let's go. Okay, let's address the elephant in the room, the big, bad B word, budgeting. Most people cringe when they hear it. They picture ramen noodle dinners, canceled vacations, and saying no to every little thing that brings them joy. But here's the truth. That's not what budgeting is about. In fact, it's the exact opposite. Think of it this way. If you're driving a car with no steering wheel, you're going to end up wherever the road takes you, which probably isn't where you want to be, right? A budget is your financial steering wheel. It gives you control, direction, and the power to design your financial future. When you budget, you're not restricting yourself. You're actually freeing yourself. Free from financial stress, free from debt, and free to pursue your dreams without constantly worrying about money. So many people are living paycheck to paycheck, feeling trapped by their finances. But it doesn't have to be that way. By taking control of your money, you can break free from that cycle and start building a life you truly love. It's time to ditch the outdated notion that budgeting is about deprivation. It's about empowerment. It's about aligning your spending with your values and making your money work for you, not the other way around. In the next chapter, we're going to dive into some practical strategies to help you spend smarter without feeling like you're missing out. Stay tuned. Alright, so we've busted the myth that budgeting is all about deprivation. Now let's talk about how to actually spend smarter, without feeling like you're sacrificing all the fun in life. The key here is to shift your mindset from mindless spending to mindful spending. Instead of just swiping your card without thinking, pause and ask yourself, does this purchase truly align with my values and goals? If you're constantly blowing your budget on takeout because you're too tired to cook, maybe it's time to invest in a meal prep service or explore some quick and easy recipes. If you're drowning in subscription services you barely use, it's time to cut the cord and redirect that money towards something you actually value. Remember, it's not about depriving yourself. It's about making conscious choices. Instead of buying 5 mediocre coffees a week, treat yourself to one amazing latte from that local roaster you love. Instead of buying cheap clothes that fall apart after a few washes, save up for a few high-quality pieces that will last you for years to come. By prioritizing quality over quantity and focusing on experiences over material possessions, you can still enjoy life to the fullest while staying within your budget. It's all about finding creative ways to get what you want without breaking the bank. And trust me, it's totally possible. In the next chapter, we're going to dive into the psychology of money and explore why so many people struggle with budgeting and how to overcome those mental barriers. Let's get real for a second. Budgeting isn't just about crunching numbers. It's about understanding the psychology behind our relationship with money. Why do we spend the way we do? What are our deep-seated beliefs about wealth and abundance? You see, most people fail at budgeting, not because they lack the knowledge or the tools, but because they haven't addressed the underlying emotional and psychological factors that are driving their spending habits. Maybe you grew up with scarcity, and now you have a subconscious fear of running out of money, which leads to overspending. Or maybe you're trying to impress others with your material possessions, which can lead to a never-ending cycle of debt. The first step to breaking free from these patterns is to become aware of them. Start paying attention to your thoughts and feelings around money. What triggers your spending? What are your limiting beliefs about wealth? Once you've identified these patterns, you can start to challenge and reframe them. Instead of viewing money as a source of stress or scarcity, start seeing it as a tool for empowerment and abundance. Remember, your thoughts create your reality. If you believe that you're not good with money or that you'll never be wealthy, then you're probably right. But if you believe that you're capable of achieving financial freedom and abundance, then anything is possible. In the next chapter, we're going to dive into some practical tools and techniques that can help you take control of your finances and start building a solid foundation for wealth. Alright, let's talk strategy. I'm going to share 2 powerful tools that can revolutionize your approach to budgeting. The 50-30-20 rule and the envelope system. Think of the 50-30-20 rule as your financial GPS. It's a simple framework that helps you allocate your after-tax income into 3 main categories. 50% for needs. This covers your essential expenses: rent or mortgage payments, utilities, groceries, transportation, and debt repayments. 30% for wants. This is for things you enjoy but don't necessarily need. Dining out, entertainment, hobbies, travel, and that new gadget you've been eyeing. 20% for savings and debt repayment. This chunk is dedicated to building your financial future, emergency fund, investments, retirement savings, and paying down any high-interest debt. Now, let's talk about the envelope system. It's a fantastic way to bring more tangibility to your budgeting. Here's how it works. At the beginning of each month, you withdraw cash for different spending categories: groceries, entertainment, transportation, and put each category's cash in a separate envelope. Once an envelope is empty, that's it for the month. This method helps you visualize your spending and prevents overspending in specific categories. These 2 methods, combined, can be a game changer. They simplify budgeting, making it easier to track your spending, stay on top of your financial goals, and avoid overspending. In the next chapter, we're going to explore how to save more money without feeling like you're giving up the things you love. Chapter 5. How to save more. Without giving up the things you love, let's be honest, saving money doesn't sound very exciting, does it? But here's the thing. It doesn't have to be about deprivation and sacrifice. You can absolutely save more money without giving up the things you love. It's all about being smart and strategic with your spending. Instead of going to the movies every weekend, consider having a movie night at home with friends. Instead of eating out for lunch every day, pack your own delicious and healthy meals. Look for free or low-cost alternatives for entertainment. Explore local parks, museums, and community events. Take advantage of free trials and discounts. Negotiate better rates for your bills, insurance, and subscriptions. You'd be surprised how much money you can save just by asking. Embrace the power of delayed gratification. Instead of impulsively buying that new gadget, wait for a sale or consider buying it used. Remember, small changes can make a big difference over time. By finding creative ways to save money on everyday expenses, you'll free up more cash flow to put towards your financial goals, without feeling like you're missing out. In the next chapter, we're going to tackle a sneaky wealth killer, lifestyle inflation. Chapter 6. Avoiding lifestyle inflation. How to grow wealth instead of expenses. Have you ever noticed how your expenses seem to magically increase as your income grows? That, my friends, is called lifestyle inflation, and it's a silent wealth killer. You get a raise, move into a bigger apartment, buy a fancier car, and suddenly, you're back to square one, living paycheck to paycheck, despite earning more. The key to building wealth is to break this vicious cycle. It's about being mindful of your spending habits and making conscious choices that align with your long-term financial goals. Instead of upgrading your lifestyle every time you get a raise, consider investing that extra income. Put it towards your retirement savings, max out your 401k, or invest in a diversified portfolio. Remember, your income doesn't determine your wealth. your financial habits do. You can earn a six-figure salary and still be broke if you're spending it all on lifestyle inflation. Focus on building a strong financial foundation. Pay off high-interest debt, create an emergency fund, and invest in your future. By making conscious choices and prioritizing long-term financial well-being over short-term gratification, you can break free from the trap of lifestyle inflation and start building real, lasting wealth. In the final chapter, we're going to reveal the one habit that can transform your budget into a wealth-building machine. Chapter 7. The one habit that turns a budget into a wealth-building machine. We've covered a lot of ground, from busting budgeting myths to understanding the psychology of money, practical tools, and avoiding lifestyle inflation. But if there's one habit that can truly amplify your financial success, it's this: consistent tracking and review. You see, a budget isn't a set-it-and-forget-it kind of deal. It's a living, breathing document that needs regular attention and adjustments. Set aside dedicated time each week or month to review your spending, track your progress, and make any necessary adjustments. Are you still on track with your savings goals? Are there any areas where you're overspending? Are your financial priorities still aligned with your life goals? By regularly reviewing your budget, you gain valuable insights into your spending habits, identify areas for improvement, and stay motivated to achieve your financial goals. It's like having a financial accountability partner, yourself. And trust me, having that consistent feedback loop can make all the difference in the world. Remember, the path to financial freedom is a marathon, not a sprint. It's about making small, consistent efforts over time that compound into significant results. So, there you have it. The secrets to unlocking your financial potential and thriving in any economic climate. Remember, budgeting isn't about cutting back. It's about taking control. Your money can either work for you or against you. Which will it be? If this breakdown helped you rethink budgeting, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment. What's the smartest budgeting tip you've ever heard? I'm excited to see you take control of your finances and crush your financial goals. Oh, and if you're looking for sign-up bonuses for crypto exchanges or real estate investment funds, check out moneysmylife.com. Get your money working smarter before the system changes for good. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.